how can you be sure that your sports supplements are free from ingredients on the WADA list of prohibited substances and free from even low levels of contamination from stimulants?
Now what I have here is a prohibited list from the World Anti-Doping Agency, and here I have an endurance product called Epic Pro, and I'm trying to see if there's anything bad in here, but it's not going so well because I don't really understand it. I mean, if you have methadone, and here we have magnesium. I know what magnesium is. Vitamin C should be, and here's the man that is supposed to help me out. He knows all about this stuff. David Hall, all the way from the UK, from the HFL Sports Science lab.
HFL Sports Science is one of the world's premier independent drug surveillance labs, providing trusted expertise in all aspects of doping control for sports.
Over the last 10 years, we've increasingly been working with the sports supplements industry and with athletes more generally to try and provide some assurance that the products they're taking are, as far as can reasonably be assessed, are free of anything that would lead to a positive drugs test.
So can athletes contact you directly when they're unsure about, let's say, two products?
They can approach us directly. I think there's the whole issue of supplement taking is an issue of risk management, and there are two key elements to that. One is to make sure that the supplement you're taking is going to have the effect that you're looking for. The second part of the risk management, having picked a supplement that you wish to take, is to make sure the supplement is free of anything that will lead to a positive drugs test. So that if you've got a choice, you've got a product that you know is going to work, a whey protein product for example, you have two products to choose from, one that's been tested and one that's been untested. The recommendation is always go for one that's been tested by a credible laboratory, such as HFL of course.
But in the end it's all up to the athletes, right?
Strict liability rules are always going to apply. I think from an elite athlete point of view, they will be hugely foolish to take product that hasn't been tested. From a public point of view, clearly it's important that they have the confidence that the products don't have anabolic steroids or stimulants present within them. And again, although they are ultimately responsible for the decisions they can take an informed choice about the products they purchase.
Responsibility for the quality of a product rests entirely with the manufacturer, and reputable manufacturers like USN do everything in their power to keep their supplements free of contamination.
David, let's talk a bit about the screening process. I know that it's a very complicated process, but simplify it, break it down for us step by step, and let's use a product that we all know, let's say Epic Pro.
Well, it's a complicated process, as you say. It's a very specialized piece of science that we're applying. We take the product and we have to break it down and put it into solution in such a way that it can be put into ultimately a mass spectrometer. We then inject that, what is now a liquid sample, into the mass spectrometer, and what we do with the instrument is look at the size of the fragments that are produced, which are then characteristic of the contents of the materials. And to put it in context, we're looking for levels of steroids present at maybe a part per billion. And to put that in context, if you take a teaspoon of a drug and dissolve it in an Olympic swimming pool of water, that is equivalent to about a part per billion dilution. So we're looking at the sensitivity to pick up that level of contamination.
There clearly was a need for a certification program which tested products for banned substances and ensured good manufacturing practices. The Informed Sport Certification Program was established in 2008.
So if a product carries the Informed Sport logo, and I understand that's what you're busy with here in South Africa, that means that that product can be trusted.
It means that if you see the product on the shelves that carries that particular logo, it means you can purchase it with a degree of confidence that an anti-doping, specialist anti-doping laboratory has thrown its best chemistry and science at it in order to determine whether there's any contamination present.
Tell me a bit about USN's involvement.
USN have been working with us over the last 18 months to introduce the testing program within South Africa. So we've also been working with USN in Europe in order to introduce their products within the registration program, and we're working through the registration program.
So the public can go out and buy these products with confidence.
They are receiving exactly the same level of assurances that elite athletes will be receiving.
USN is committed to providing world-class nutritional supplements of the highest quality, another proactive step ensuring the products are safe and effective.